Hi, I'm Sarah Kenny, a psychological therapist with over 20 years experience working in mental health. Today we're continuing to unpack terms of therapy styles or approaches, and we're going to look at ACT now, which is acceptance and commitment therapy. So the basics of ACT tells us that we want to accept the things that are outside of our control in life and commit to an action that enriches or improves the quality of our lives. So by this we want to, rather than trying to not have symptoms or to kind of get away from our difficulties, it's almost the act of being able to kind of open to or live alongside these difficulties that are already present. So we're not getting into a tug of war of desperately trying not to have something that's there already. ACT wants us to live in line with our values and our principles. So rather than the common approach when we might be trying not to have symptoms, which keeps us focusing on the things that we don't want, ACT helps us to look in the direction of the things that we do want. How would we act? How would we behave in a way that fits in with the things that we value, that are important to us, the things that make us feel like us? So ACT allows us to become more flexible psychologically, because what we know is that the more rigid we are in terms of our thinking and behaviour, often the more difficulties we can experience, because when we try to be really rigid in life, life often doesn't play along with that. So ACT can tend to be helpful for people with depression or anxiety difficulties, and it can be helpful for the general population as a way of responding to the trials and travails of day-to-day life in a more helpful way. Approaches within the ACT style may be things like helping to more clearly identify your values, what you would want to stand for if you were to look back on yourself in 10 years' time, exercises to increase our flexibility of thought and behaviour response, and increasing our skills of mindfulness, of being present, of being able to exist alongside these difficulties.